In the quiet suburbs of Maplewood, New Jersey, where maple trees lined the streets like sentinels and minivans dotted the driveways, lived Eleanor Thompson. At 65, she was a widow of 3 years, her days filled with the hum of her sewing machine and the occasional chatter from her bridge club. Her son, Michael, had married Sofia Rodriguez 2 years ago, a vibrant graphic designer from Miami with sun-kissed skin and a laugh that could light up a room. Eleanor had always pictured Michael's wife as someone more traditional, like her own daughter-in-law should be, baking apple pies, attending church suppers, and sharing her love for classic novels. Sophia, with her colorful tattoos and passion for salsa dancing, felt like a puzzle piece from a different box. Their relationship started on shaky ground. At the wedding in a quaint vineyard upstate New York, Eleanor had whispered to her sister, "She's lovely, but does she even know how to make a proper Thanksgiving turkey?" Sophia overheard, and the frost set in early. Michael, caught in the middle, tried to bridge the gap with family dinners, but they often ended in polite silences, punctuated by Eleanor's subtle jabs about modern ways and Sophia's retorts about embracing change. One crisp autumn morning in October 2023, everything shifted. Michael called Eleanor at dawn, his voice trembling. "Mom, Sophia's in the hospital. It's the baby. We're losing it." Eleanor dropped the phone, her heart shattering like the china cup she'd been holding. Sophia was 5 months pregnant, a surprise they'd announced over Easter brunch. Eleanor had been thrilled at first, knitting tiny booties in soft blue yarn, dreaming of grandchildren filling her empty home. But now this. She rushed to St. Mary's Hospital in Newark, her old Buick sputtering through rush hour traffic. The waiting room smelled of antiseptic and stale coffee, the fluorescent lights buzzing like angry bees. Michael paced, his eyes red-rimmed, while Sophia lay in a room down the hall, hooked to monitors that beeped ominously. When Eleanor entered, Sophia looked small in the hospital bed, her dark hair matted, face pale against the white sheets. "Mrs. Thompson," she whispered, avoiding Eleanor's gaze. "Eleanor, please," she corrected softly, pulling up a chair. "How are you feeling, dear?" She shrugged, tears welling. "Like I failed. The doctors say it's a miscarriage. I don't know what I did wrong." Eleanor's throat tightened. She remembered her own loss, decades ago, a stillborn daughter before Michael came along. She buried that pain deep, never sharing it with anyone but her late husband, George. "You didn't do anything wrong," she said, reaching for Sophia's hand. It was cold, trembling. She pulled away slightly. "You probably think it's because I work too much, or eat all that spicy food." The accusation stung, but Eleanor saw the fear beneath it. "No, Sophia, I don't think that at all." She paused, gathering courage. "I lost a baby once too, a little girl. It was right after we moved to Maplewood. George and we were devastated. I blamed myself for years." Sophia's eyes widened, surprise cutting through her grief. "You never told us." "I didn't want to burden anyone, but it changed me, made me hold on tighter to what I had left." Eleanor squeezed Sophia's hand again, and this time she didn't pull away. They sat in silence as nurses bustled in and out. Michael joined them, holding Sophia's other hand, forming a fragile circle. That night, after Sophia was discharged with instructions to rest, Eleanor insisted they come stay at her house. "Your apartment in the city is too chaotic. Let me take care of you both." Sophia hesitated, but nodded. The drive back was quiet, the radio playing soft jazz to fill the void. At home, Eleanor had already prepared the guest room, fresh linens, a vase of chrysanthemums from her garden. She made chicken noodle soup from scratch, the kind George loved, and served it with warm biscuits. Over the next weeks, as leaves turned gold and red, a tentative bond formed. Sophia, confined to bed rest, spent days on the couch watching old movies. Eleanor joined her, sharing stories of her youth in the 1970s, protests in Washington, D.C., her first job as a teacher in a one-room schoolhouse. Sophia opened up about her Cuban roots. her abuela's recipes for arroz con pollo, and how she'd fled Miami's hurricanes for New York's opportunities. One evening, as rain pattered against the windows, Sophia confessed, "I always thought you didn't like me, that I wasn't good enough for Michael." Eleanor set down her knitting. "Oh, honey, that's not it. I was scared. After George died, Michael was all I had. You came in like a whirlwind, beautiful, independent, and I felt like replaced." Tears streamed down Sophia's face. "I miss my mom. She passed when I was 15. I thought maybe you'd be like a second mom, but it felt like you were judging me." Eleanor moved to the couch, wrapping her arms around Sophia. "I'm so sorry. I was wrong. You're exactly what Michael needs, and what I need too." They cried together, the kind of sobs that cleanse the soul. From then on, things changed. Eleanor taught Sophia to knit, their fingers tangling in yarn as they laughed over mistakes. Sophia introduced Eleanor to streaming services, binge-watching shows about strong women overcoming odds. They cooked fusion meals, Eleanor's pot roast with Sophia's spicy salsa twist. That Thanksgiving was a turning point. The table groaned under turkey, stuffing, and yuca con mojo. Michael's cousins came, filling the house with noise and warmth. As they held hands for grace, Eleanor looked at Sophia and said, "I'm grateful for my daughter. Not just in law, but in heart." Sophia squeezed back. "Me too, Mom." But life, as it does, threw another curve. In early December, Sophia started spotting again. Panic set in, but tests revealed it was just stress. Eleanor, drawing on her teacher instincts, suggested therapy. "We both need it," she admitted. They found a counselor in town, a kind woman named Dr. Patel, who helped them unpack years of unspoken hurts. Through winter's snow, their relationship deepened. Eleanor shared old photo albums, her wedding in a simple white dress, Michael's baby pictures. Sophia revealed her art portfolio, sketches of vibrant cityscapes that captured her spirit. One drawing was of Eleanor in her garden, titled Quiet Strength. By spring, Sophia was pregnant again. This time they navigated it together. Doctor's visits in Eleanor's Buick, prenatal yoga classes where Eleanor tried to, and failed, to keep up, eliciting giggles from both. When the ultrasound showed a healthy girl, they named her Isabella, after Sophia's mother. Labor came on a humid July day in 2024. Eleanor held Sophia's hand in the delivery room, coaching her through contractions as Michael wiped her brow. When Isabella cried her first wail, Eleanor wept. "She's perfect," she whispered, cutting the cord with steady hands. In the months that followed, the house buzzed with new life. Eleanor became Nana Ellie, rocking Isabella to sleep with lullabies from her childhood. Sophia thrived as a mother, balancing work with family, and Eleanor marveled at her resilience. One quiet evening, as fireflies danced in the yard, Sophia turned to Eleanor on the porch swing. "Thank you for being here, for us." Eleanor smiled, eyes misty. "Family isn't just blood, Sophia. It's the people who choose to love you through the storms." They watched the sunset, hearts intertwined, in the heart of their American home.